What's up, everybody? Brian with HappyThumbsGaming here, and we are back with some free roam. That's right, we're going to kick off our free roam series with a Wayne Island free roam, where we're going to trudge around the island and find all of them collectibles, including a handful of character tokens, a couple of races, which will yield us some vehicle tokens, and of course, those gold bricks. So, this being the first one of our free roam, I would generally put some icons of, like, the different types of collectibles we're getting on that main menu screen, but I didn't this time. Tell me if you guys would like to see those. I mean, basically, it's just vehicle and I don't even know if I can get a mystery token for the character and whatever. But hey, we do have quick links down below in the video description, and once you are ready to get to rolling, go ahead and go to the Wayne Island DC Johnny terminal and go ahead and activate that bad boy and watch it puke out all of the collectibles in the nearby area. Now, you guys might be wondering, why didn't we take on Gotham first? Why are we starting on the South Shore? Well, basically, it's because there was a task that required another area's challenge to be completed. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but essentially we had to do something over at Ace Chemicals in order for it to be opened up, but we had to do something else for Ace so we went to Wayne Island because there was nothing else that needed to be done. So we're going to go ahead and knock this guy out, and we're going to start off with the Lighthouse Gold Brick. Now keep in mind these are done in no specific order, and we're all going to be labeled in the quick links down below. So if you're looking for a specific character token, they should be down below. Now, we have not labeled the tokens, like the vehicle tokens and the character tokens don't have the names of the characters in this video. If you'd like to see character token 1 with the character token name, please let me know. I'll add that in the future videos. If it's not a worry, don't worry about it. Just follow along. They will all be noted in the video description quick link. So either way, we're going to make sure you got them. Now, speaking of got 'em, there is this little task out on the lighthouse here. We got to flip a couple of these little wheels here. So go ahead and spin to win and get the power on both of these guys. There's one on either side of the island. And then once we got them both, we're actually going to have to approach not one but 2 different targeting pads and go ahead and get our target on. So I'm going to use Deadshot, as that is who the game suggested. You feel free to use whichever character you like. But we're going to go ahead and get our blast on and take out the first power grid inside that building there. Now we got to trudge away, or all the way around to the other side and find the other pad. Oh, or is it inside here? It's inside here! We got to use our secret squirrel invisibility specialty here, where we can actually see things in the dark and get inside there where we can actually target. Now, Batman and some other characters work, but they have that night vision that's all fuzzy, and so because the game suggested who we got, we're just going to use who we got. So Deadshot it is. All right, now that being said, we got both of those targets taken down. We're going to now watch a short cutscene, which will go ahead and provide us that gold brick, which we're going to have to go and procure here in just a second. That's right, we get to watch this old sailboat crash into the land here. Land ho! Oh no! A little too late. But hey, he destroyed his boat and left behind a gold brick, so we'll go ahead and take that on. Now, there are 8 other areas that we plan on doing these free roam videos for, and then we have a couple of challenges that we'll have to come back and clean up too. Now, technically, one of those challenges is going to get completed by getting all of the gold bricks in free roam, while the other challenge is something that we can do once we get all of the character tokens found for the quests, because there's also these briefcases that we can use the character token detector, if I could say it right. Holy cow. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that one last. Now, hey, speaking of gold bricks, we want to make sure you grab that gold brick out by the old lighthouse before moving on. And the next one is going to be the totally legitimate merchandise quest, where all of these tasks or quests, whatever you want to call them, they're all pretty simple and all really close to wherever the origin is, unless they give you the map locations, which they'll give you stud guides and all sorts of arrows to point you along the way. Now, we can see here we've got this little stand over right in front of the Batcave, and right next to it there is a poison ivy can. We got to go ahead and completer it, right? We got to fill it up with some flowers. So go ahead and smash the little flower bed right to the right of the canister. That'll give you your first one. Make sure you're using poison ivy or somebody that has the flower ability. I'm not sure if that's exclusive to her or not. I feel like there's a couple of those canisters, and like one of them's for Scarecrow, one of them's for, I don't know if you can, one of them's for Joker too. No, Riddler has one. Maybe you can use multiple people, But for us, we use Poison Ivy, as that is who the game suggested we use. All right, did you notice, too, that I went over to the left of the Batcave and smashed a cracked wall? That's where the second one was going to be found. The third and final ingredient is going to be found by using somebody like Cheetah with the tracking ability to go ahead and get your tracking on. Now, this is a really long track. You know, I get it. It was kind of a task. They wanted to stretch this out and make it worth your while. But if I'm being totally honest, we could have wrapped this up a long time ago, and I would have been just as content as I am with the long journey. So anyways, developers, if you're watching, shorten these guys up a little bit, especially since you can mess these up. If you like look away for a second or turn the opposite direction of the turn, it might mess it up and make it harder for you. You might have to restart. That would be the worst. I don't know if you have to restart the tracking in this one, but in other games, previous Lego games, you had to, which was the worst. So hopefully that's not the case. All right, so we go ahead and we switch on over to Poison Ivy, who can yield this flower. Go ahead and slam dunk that in. Oh, to the yeah, and mixology at its finest. We're going to go ahead and use this stank spray to go ahead and, well, wait, what are we going to do? Are we going to spray it on her, or does she just want it? I feel like she just wants it. Maybe that's what we did. I guess I wasn't really paying attention. So that's the one thing about this. Like, I always include all the commentary from the AI, or not so AI in some cases. But, you know, I don't often pay attention or listen to it. So, oh, and this is funny too. Watch this. So I wasn't sure which gold brick to tag next. I went ahead and tagged Hook, Line, and Brick, which is out on the shore line of Wayne Island. And then I start flying away and I hear, hey, somebody's talking to me. So I turn around and I look. And I see nobody but Poison Ivy. But it turns out, look, Poison Ivy's actually like standing on top of what appears to be Kite Man. I think that's who it is. So anyways, we'll come back to that in a minute. I complete this gold brick first, and then we go ahead and venture out into some other things. So, hey, here we are out on the beach. That's right by the beach, man. We'll go ahead and switch on over to a character with the digging ability. And Cheetah is going to be our digger extraordinaire, as she is quick and easy to choose and use. So this one actually requires us to dig up 3 piles of buildable bricks and then build them into some fishing poles, and then we have to stand on the switches. So I believe there's I think there's 4 poles altogether. Maybe there's only 3, but regardless, you got to dig these guys up. Now, I'm pretty sure that the piles are going to be the same for you as they are for us, so you might be able to speed this process up a wee bit. But eventually, you know, you put bait on the fishing poles, and then they drop into the water and go to work for us. And once we get all those buttons pressed and all of the fishing poles built, we're actually going to have a little bit of fisherman's luck, and we get a big old catch. I don't want to ruin it for you, but we might need a bigger boat. That's all I'm going to say. That being said, we'll go ahead and keep on keeping on with the old digging. And let's see, this one gets, it's of course user error is happening here, where I am walking up to where it says press this icon to dig, and then it doesn't dig, it does the special move instead. I don't know why I always have that problem with that, but hopefully you guys don't. Hopefully it's easy peasy lemon squeezy for you. But all right, so we got all of these built. Now you've noticed that they've got some pads, some little pressure sensitive pads, right? Go ahead and give your footprint a nice little stomp there, and make sure that all 3 of them change from red to green. And look at that, we've got that giant shark. And watch this, you've got a little indigestion, I do believe, in need of some tums. But we'll go ahead and grab that gold brick and add it to our list. And look at that, it's been a long journey, and we've gotten a lot done, but we are almost halfway done with them gold bricks, which makes me feel pretty sweet. Hey, check this out. We've got a character quest now. This one is going to give us a token for Kite Man. And we got to make our way all the way back over to the old Bat Cave. Kind of right out in front of it is where we're going to find this quest. Luckily, we can actually target the different quests now that we've used the DC Johnny Terminal. And it actually gives us waypoint markers to take us right to where we need to go. Now, this one requires us to find a handful of parts after we pull him down. Like, I don't know, he's like a little kitty trapped in a tree here, and we're going to use a grappler to rip him down, and then he lets us know that his kite's all busted up. So I think what happened here, without paying attention to the commentary they're providing for us, I believe he was flying his kite, and the winds got a little too much, and they sucked him up into the sky, and he got caught up in the tree. I think that's what happened. So now we got to help him by getting him down, so get your grapple on. We're going to use the Joker to go ahead and spam that all the way free there. Look at that. He's down and out. Kite, man. He looks rather muscular for a dude who flies kites all the time. Oh, I do see the kite on the top of his chest there. That's kind of creative. All right, so I don't know anything about this guy. Apparently he likes kites. Is there anything else I need to know? Maybe let me know down in the video description. I know that usually it's late. It doesn't help with this particular video, but it'll help me understand who he is and what he's all about. Because you guys are good at Googling, if not just knowing the answers anyways. One or the other. All right, so like I said earlier, this one actually requires us to find a bunch of items. And luckily for us, they are not just randomly scattered throughout everywhere with no hope in finding them. They actually give us the waypoint markers and show us where each one is. So I remember like in Lego Batman 3, we had all sorts of quests that were like this, and they didn't give us any waypoint markers or any kind of indication of where they were. No hints, tips, nothing. So it was really hard finding all of those. And of course, they didn't spawn until you started the quest too. So for me, it was a nightmare because I had to actually engage in the free roam and start recording, not knowing where they were gonna be, start the mission, then go find all of them without grabbing them, and then make a really clean edit and go back and get them all so that it looked like I knew what I was doing from the get-go. So turns out I'm not as smart as you thought I was. It took a lot of work and effort, but the magical world of editing makes me look like I'm not a super noob, but newsflash, super noob. All right. We're getting to the end of our collection here. It's kind of fun too, because the journey it takes you on, although there's not really a specific order, I don't think that they go in. Maybe there is, and it turns out like it just leads us all the way around and then right back down, and then it turns out we're like pretty much right where we need to be. So that's pretty cool. Hey, like my little flying drop there? I wasn't quite sure where anyways. All right, moving right along. I know some of you are probably getting a little bit tired of my flapping yapper. And if you are, keep in mind that I have no personal preference of whether you watch this video with the mute button on or off. I know that my nasally drone can be kind of annoying at some times, and I try to keep the information useful and, mildly entertaining, but it doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes I fumble my words, and sometimes I make up new ones, but regardless, we always have fun, and hopefully you guys do too, and that's all we're really after, so... Well, that and helping you guys out. Finding all the collectibles is always a fun thing, too. So, all right, so breaking a lawn. That's kind of a weird one. So this one actually is a multi-part challenge or task, if you will. We have to start things off by using a character with telekinesis. We got to rattle things up. And actually, we gotta carve out a giant question mark here. Now, we're going to switch to Gorilla Grodd. Who you use with telekinetic abilities is up to you. So use your favorite telekinesis. And look at that, we're going to go ahead and carve out that question mark. This is kind of a funny angle. It's a little tough getting in and around. The movements are very bold and big, and you're supposed to be precise with it. So it takes me a minute to get that all carved out. But once you do, you should be able to smash the really colorful flower pot right behind the section of grass, and that should actually give us what we need. Well, yeah, there we go. I was going to say we should have some bricks or something to build up. And it turns out, looks like it has opened up this electric panel in the back now. We're going to go ahead and pump it up with somebody like Livewire, that electric ability. And now we've got power to our lawnmower. Apparently this is a green lawnmower that runs, maybe it's a Tesla lawnmower, even though it's got the old classic John Deere. Oh, and by the way, I am available for hire. So YouTube hasn't been very good to me lately, so I'm mowing lawns on the side. And as you can tell here, I am an expert. And I will even let you choose if you pay by the blade of grass or pay by the hour. Either way, I am available for hire, so let me know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm the worst lawnmower ever. Look at this. I'm like the 700-point turn, and I finally get it all done. And, oh, wow, whammy! We saw that lawnmower go explodey, and we've got our 97th total gold brick, but the 4th one for this video, so... All right, next up, we've got another gold brick right on the other side of the turnaround here. This one's called Maze Mayhem, and it is a little deceiving as it kind of looks like it's right here up top, but it's down underground. It took me a second to realize, wait a minute, the Batcave is right below us, so we're going to have to make our way down and around and back inside the old cave-a-roon. Oh, what the heck? You see that? There were some criminals there in need of a getaway driver. We already completed that challenge, although there is some studs to be earned if you are in need of some. And hey, if you have not been in the Batcave yet, this nice little camera pan gives us an indication that there is, in fact, a gold brick task inside here that needs to be completed. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to start things off by making our way up to where the gold brick icon is pointing us, but that doesn't do us any good. We actually need to switch to somebody with the electricity ability, and we need to pump up this electric panel on the, well, it depends on how you're looking at things. It's the left side of the room as you walk in, but as you're walking around, it's kind of the right side. So anyhow, make sure you find it. It's not hard to miss. It's right there. And basically what we need to do is power this up and then be patient, as we need to let that power slide through the line until it gets to a corner that needs some help. If it needs some help, jump on the old button and it should flip it around, and you got to guide it all the way to that green bat right there. Once you get the power in there, which it took me a couple of tries, you might have noticed an edit there, it'll actually open up another puzzle very similar, but with a little bit more difficulty, I guess. It's a little bit more challenging. Not really, because my best piece of advice on these is don't immediately walk in and try to solve it. Look at it, charge it up, and look at the path. Decide where you need to get the power, and then decide how you're going to get there. Now, I made a mistake on this one too, so you might have noticed another edit there. But patience is the key. I kept letting it go through that blue one, but I didn't let it pop out, and I was flipping the blue before I was ready to. So patience is all I can say. All right, we're basically going to go up and not touch anything. Now we got to jump on the red one again and move that flat red up top. Not to be confused with flatbread on top. But anyways, we've got one last. No, we got two. We got to hit the blue, and then we got to hit the red one more time once it goes through. So, all right, that should solve this guy. It's taken forever. That's all right, though. We're going to go ahead and turn that green bat. It looks like orange or yellow. And he's going to puke out some T-Rex studs. Make sure you collect those. But it's also going to open up the third part of the puzzle. And you'd think this one is going to be like the hardest. But now that we've got a good concept of what we're doing here, and we know to go ahead and look at the puzzle before trying to solve it, this one actually did not require an edit. So it starts off in the bottom right corner. You're going to want to go ahead and basically loop it up top. There's a couple of ways to do it. There's kind of a long way and a short way. And there are 3 buttons this time. So watch how I do this here. I'm going to go ahead and jump on the yellow one, which is the first one, the closest to the electric panel. We're going to let that charge go through that first yellow piece. And then we're actually going to let it go through that second yellow piece and take a hard right turn up or north. And then jump on the red one because we're going to want to make a left turn. That's right, you got to hang a Louie. And then go back over to the yellow as we need that straight piece to make it up. And then look at that. You don't have to do anything else. It just does the rest of the work for you. Now, there looks like there is a couple of solutions to that puzzle, but that was just clearly the easiest path for me anyway. So, and look at that. Once you get all 3 of those done, it should open up that door, and you have a gold brick awaiting your arrival. Now, watch this. Wrong door, Brian. All right, finally I get that, and we are almost to that halfway point. That 100 gold brick is a pretty big milestone, at least I feel like it is. Next up, we've got ourselves another gold brick. Ain't no fountain high enough. Ain't no... You guys have heard that song before. That's even been in a Lego movie before, hasn't it? I'm trying to think. Yeah, Lego movie. Pretty sure. Don't call me on it, but I'm pretty sure that made the movie. But up top, you've been over here before. It's kind of by the DC Johnny Terminal. Also over by the little greenhouse. I was going to call it the herbivarium, but that's not a word, is it? An herbivarium? Is that a thing? I know that the planetarium is, but... Oh, okay, so over here by the fountain, we can tell we need somebody that can get their hack on. Good thing we got Livewire out. She is fully capable of accessing this panel and moving some things around. And we got one of these slider puzzles, which, you know, usually takes me a second or two to get it all figured out. But then I see the solution, and it's nothing can stop me now. And look at that. I got it all solved. Pick up them bluesies. Or most of them, anyways. And also we've got this fountain flowing. And as you might have guessed, we're going to need to go ahead and get our freeze on next. So we'll switch to somebody like Captain Cold, as it's going to go ahead and suggest for us, to go ahead and get our froze on. Froze on? Close, huh? Not quite. Wrong game. Sorry, my bad. All right, so look at Superman, too, trying to do the dirty work for us. Basically, we want him to go in there. I don't know what he's doing. He's jumping up. He does like this weird ice skating thing, although I didn't see any kind of ice skates or even Heelys for that matter. But he went around, and all of a sudden, it's gone down. And now we've got ourselves a gold brick left in its place. So, ooh, 99. All right. All right, so next up, we've got ourselves a quest, a character token quest. I don't know if I should call these quests or not. They keep changing the names on me, too. Is it a mission or is it a quest? Is it a mission for Marvel and a quest for DC? Like, I've never really figured that out. I need to put some more effort into that. But who is this guy? Is this Calendar Man? I think that's who this is. He is actually going to request that we dress up for him. He wants us to cosplay, and you know what? I'm not against it. However, Superman had a heck of a time approaching that circle there. I don't know, Calendar Man seemed like he was scared of Superman there, because he kept stepping back and getting out of the way, but anyhow, he's telling us that we need to go ahead and do something. We gotta dress up. Oh, it's for the egg hunt. There's 2 of these dress ups. I couldn't remember which one this was. So we gotta go to the character customizer, put on a very specific outfit. We've seen this before. And then we gotta return and then complete whatever quest needs to be done. So in our case, we actually, rather than fly and follow the ghost stud trail to where we need to go, we know that we can actually teleport right to the customizer by using the options menu. So we get a good look. We need the bunny ears and the bunny torso, or maybe that's not right, bunny body, if I can say it right. So go ahead and hit the options or start button. Go down to customizer and booyah kashow. Yes, of course we want to go there. And look, here we are. We are officially loading it. We didn't do anything else. That's the game just took us right here. And now we can step up to the plate, hit the icon indicated, and we're going to need to go ahead and choose custom character. We're going to need to go to appearance. Then we're going to need to go to hats, and, okay, hats, or helmets, I guess, my bad. And then, where's it at? Oh, it's all the way down in the specialty one. So scroll all the way down, and you can see bunny suit. Now, in some cases, they're alphabetical, too. So, or I guess in all cases, they're alphabetical. But this is where it gets tricky. You got body pieces, and then you have body pieces that are, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. Come on, go back, Brian. Back it up. Here in a second, I'm going to show you. So basically, I'm scrolling around in the wrong area. So the body presets. So watch this. There we go. Yeah, preset bodies. Here's where we're going to find what we are after. Except for I went way too far by. So again, alphabetical, right? So bunny suit should be towards the top. Oh, look at that. There it is. So bunny suits. We'll go ahead and slap that on. So hopefully my nonsense of trying to find this is going to help you go through this. Now, and then, of course, you got to hit the continue story button. For us, it's the options because we're on the PS4. And look at this. This is a really weird, like, I'm not comfortable with the way my bunny floats around. Now, to get out of here, we're going to hang a hard left all the way over till we get to this doorway. It takes us right outside. Now, if you use that DC Johnny terminal, you can also scroll all the way down and fast travel to it. However, flying there isn't that far as we're pretty close. So it's up to you how you want to get there. We're going to use the old fast travel. And boy, that was kind of a long wait there too. So who knows? It's probably a little faster as we glide our way over there. We're going to go ahead and step up with our costume on it. Now it repeats the whole spiel again, except for this time it finishes a little different. Instead of saying, hey, this is how I want you to look. Can you go do that? He's like, oh, it looks like Big Bunny couldn't make it? Oh, but you're here? Oh, okay. So it ends up working out for us. And now we have to go on a mission, and we have to ruin a bunch of kids' Easter egg hunt. I don't know that I'm liking this. Although we are DC supervillains, I'm not feeling like I need to... I mean, stealing candy from a baby, taking Easter eggs from an Easter egg... I mean, come on, what's next? I have a feeling like we're going to hijack Rudolph and the reindeers or something. Or I don't know what'll be next, but it's not going to be pleasant. I can almost guarantee that. All right, so I'm going to switch to a flying character as I wasn't sure how close these eggs were. It turns out they're all on Wayne Island scattered around the manor. And again, it's going to show us where all of these are. Now, I don't have a special red brick detector on or anything crazy like that. It actually just walks us right to it, which kind of makes me wonder, how important are these free roam videos to you guys this time? I know that some free roams are impossible to do without some help, and thanks to Tyler P. and Dougie Fresh and some other people over the years, we have certainly made it through the free roam as a group. But now the games are kind of almost playing themselves. So I enjoy doing them. I have no problem making them. But are you using them? Are they helpful to you guys? Because the game is literally telling me where to go, right? So, I mean, as long as you know to go to the DC Johnny terminal and you can target, you know how to target an actual objective, then you should be golden. I mean, that's kind of the beauty of this. I've had a couple of you ask me, like, where's the free roam? I can't finish this without you. And you know, honestly, as much as I appreciate your reliance or dependency on us, like, I think you guys could finish this one, maybe. But that's why I'm asking. Like, I am not as far as most of you. This is the first of, what, 9 free roams that we're going to put out. So it is possible that there are some doozies out there that are really hard. But, you know, maybe not. And some of these videos are going to be long. Like, this is one of the shorter ones, and it's going to be 45 or so minutes long total when it's all over and done with. And I've even sped this video up ever so slightly. Like I think I went, like, 1.2 times. So not even, like, 1.5 or anything, but, like, 1.2... and it's still 45 minutes. And I did edit out some mistakes. Anyways, moving along. We've gone ahead and stole all of those eggs. Hardy har, we're the bad guy at the old Easter egg hunt. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm sure we've made some little kids cry themselves to sleep. But we'll have to move on and collect this character token, which again is for the calendar man. But, boy, this goes on and on and on, doesn't it? Now, that's another thing. Do you guys care if I leave this information in? I know some of you watch these videos just for entertainment. Some of you guys don't even have the game, and you like watching them. That's why I leave these in. But is there enough of you watching this that doesn't have the game, that wants that? Or should I just skip it? Because I can hit the button and tap, 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 and we can go right through them. It's up to you guys. You guys are our driving force, and I'll go ahead and listen to your suggestions down below. Ooh, we've got, this is an interesting one here, too. Superboy, isn't that who that is? And this fooled me again. Fooled me. It's down in the Batcave again. So although it looks like it's up top, it is not. So we'll go ahead and fly our way down into the cave one more time. And up on the high left side, he's going to be waiting for us. And we'll go ahead and approach him. And let's hear the old sob story here. Now, I tried to give you a peek at the old map there, but I don't know if it was really worth it. Once you guys tag the mission and I show you me tagging it, that's probably good enough for the map, right? All right, so again, somehow Superman is intimidating our witness here, but it works out just fine for old Bunny here. And it looks like we need to go and... oh, that's right. We need to put on another costume. We're trying to scare old Alfred. Now, we got to put on, like, it looks like something like the creature from the I don't know, Black Lagoon, Blue Lagoon, something. I don't remember what lagoon it's from, but it looks like this little swamp thing, right? I mean, it's some sort of swamp monster. I don't remember what it is. But again, go to the customizer using your options menu. It saves you a lot of time of flying there. I did edit that out a little bit, so it just kind of jumped me right in. But we're going to create another new custom character. Again, we want appearance. Again, we want helmets. And this time we're going to scroll down. This one's kind of tricky as the swamp monster doesn't naturally have the green color that it showed there. So we have to not only select the swamp monster mask, but we're going to have to put a color on it too. Now, I don't know for sure if the color matters, but it did simply show us a green body piece and a green helmet, so I went ahead and made sure mine were green. Now again, we want to go into body and then preset body parts, and alphabetically we work our way down to swamp monster, then select it, and again, options to go ahead and continue the story and select that character. Look, we got a whole new guy, and he's doing that funky walk too. So weird. I don't know what's going on with that. Fly off to the far left side of the area, and then go ahead and use the old map and the quick travel to go ahead and make your way down to that DC Johnny point. Now we got to go down into the cave again and present our scariness with, or to Alfred, and hopefully, oh, look at me. I fell for it again, guys. I can't believe that. Anyways, we'll go back inside here. We're going to just forget that you saw that. Hopefully, anyways. Let's see. And we want our scary dude to walk up. So he goes ahead and gives the wave. And same story again. He pops it out. But this time, instead of sending us to go change, he continues his wordage here and tells us, he starts talking. And I think eventually, if I remember right, I think Alfred just kind of shows up. And it's a rather lengthy cutscene here, a little longer than I would prefer, if I'm being honest. So I'll go ahead and take the time. Hey, did you guys catch? We did not get it sent to us, so we have not put it out on our channel. But did you guys see the new trailer for Lego Movie 2, the second part? I reached out to my guys at Warner Brothers. I'm hoping that they will go ahead and send me the trailer as well, because I couldn't put it up due to copyright stuff. And I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to upset anybody or ruin my sponsorship with them so far. But anyway, so hopefully you guys have checked it out. It looks great. February cannot come soon enough. I cannot wait. As far as we know, that's the next Lego release of any sort. There's no games or anything that I'm aware of that released between now and February. So fingers crossed, too, that there's going to be an announcement here soon that the game will also accompany the release of the movie. Now, we don't even know if there is a Lego Movie 2 video game, but the first one did pretty good. It was pretty fun. So hopefully there'll be another one. All right. Cutscene over, and we officially got that character token, and we're going to move on. That's right, we got Krypto up next. This one's kind of fun. We get to go around on a little selfie spree and take a bunch of photos of ourselves and the old dog, too. That's right. So Krypto's up in fact, so if you're wondering, too, if you're skipping around and you're wondering, like, why Krypto might not be on your screen yet, it might be because you haven't completed all that we've completed so far in this free roam area. There are some missions that do have requirements of completing other quests, gold bricks, mission, whatever it is, before they'll unlock. So this one isn't available until you do, I don't remember which one it is, but just follow the order. That's the easiest and best way to explain it of our video. And again, there's no specific order of when you need to do them, but there is some unlocking order that happens. So maybe I said that wrong at the beginning. I don't know. Anyways, selfie time. You want to make sure you get the object and Krypto in all of those photos that you're taking. He's going to guide us to each of the locations. You'll know that both are framed up properly when the green boxes, or well, I guess when the white boxes turn green, right? So I'll show you again. I'll point them out when we get to this next one here. We got to get all the way to the bridge. I was kind of flying. My running is too slow. My flying is too fast. I was kind of stuck in between how I needed to present myself here. But so you want to make sure you're looking away from Krypto too. That'll help you with the spinning around, because if you're looking at him, you're going to have to spin the camera all the way around. Did you notice how those squares, though, were white and then they turned green? All right, let's focus on that again one more time, just in case you're not catching that. Here we go again. Look away from Krypto. Hit the L1 button or L bumper. And then that should pop up. And see how they were white for a second? But see, I'm just a natural photographer. I've just got such good aiming skills that it was just green. No, I'm just kidding. You saw how it happened, though, right? So hopefully that all makes sense to you, and it'll be no problem. All right. Now, because we completed all of what we've completed so far, we actually have a race that has popped up for us, which will earn us a vehicle token. And we also have another gold brick that has kind of, I think, mysteriously popped up. Maybe it was there in the last one, too. But regardless, we have definitely unlocked some new stuffs. We're going to go ahead and get them done. Now, we did have a tip come in from one of our viewers, Simon. Now, this really applies to the glider races, but it could apply to other ones, too. Now, keep in mind, the races sometimes require a certain character or ability to start the race. But once the race is started, you can actually toggle to another character. So in our case, we've got the Flash out and then our custom character. Our custom character is probably not going to do us any good, although I am all over the place with the reverse Flash. Not Flash. Sorry, I corrected myself there. He is really fast, almost too fast. So and with Simon's suggestion, you could obviously hit the triangle or Y button and toggle to your other character, and those abilities might be better suited for your situation. So in a minute, we have a glider race where we have to fly and glide around as Batman. But it turns out if we start it with Batman, which it's required to do, and then switch to a flying character, it's so much easier to complete it. Trust me, you'll see in a minute. First, though, we're going to go inside the old Wayne mansion, which is accessed via the Batcave. I did not know that right away. I tagged that gold brick, and I wanted to go in the front door, but it was like, no way, bro. You got to go downstairs and ride the old secret elevator up. Apparently, I don't have cool enough access to go in the front door. Or, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe I am so cool that I can't go in the front door. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I don't know. All right, inside, though, all the way up to the far left side, once you get in, there's going to be a little elevator with a little bat there that you can go ahead and press the icon. And I don't know if you can get into this at any point or if you have to have this mission selected, but regardless, this is going to take us up and into the Wayne Mansion. And here we are. We are inside, and there are a series of things that we need to complete here, but they're really easy and pretty obvious. You can see we got a couple of henchmen up there and a grapple plug. It's 3 of them, so we're going to need to recruit them and pull a plug. We got a fire going on there. We got to put that out. So one thing at a time, though. So let's go ahead and switch to a character that has the I guess the extinguishing ability. I don't know what the best way to put it is, but Captain Cold will do just fine and put out all of them fires and reveal 3 pressure-sensitive switches. I thought I was going to have to step on them individually, but it turns out you just step on one and the other 2 guys make it happen for us. It opens up a hack terminal. So switch to somebody like Malcolm Merlin or, you know, Livewire, somebody to go ahead and get your slider puzzle on. And of course, we got to complete this. It showed us the solution right when we started. And there's also some tips along the way too. If you move the right sliding piece, it'll give you some studdage. If you move the wrong one, it'll actually not give you studs and flash the piece you need to move next. So that's pretty helpful. So again, the game's kind of playing itself for you. Oh, and speaking of which, it has knocked over a bunch of books that are now in needing of some cleanup. But we're going to go ahead and build up those bricks that they left behind into 2 pull levers. Now, they're up and out of reach, so you could go ahead and use that moving bookcase there that kind of toggles in and out. Or you could switch to 2 flying characters and fly up top, which is probably the easiest way to do it. As you can see, I failed at trying to jump from one side to the other, and I thought, man, I'm not going to wait for this. Ain't nobody got time for that. So we'll go ahead and switch to another flying character, fly just above that lever, of course, and then hit the circle button or B button, and it should drop you down onto it. Once both are pulled open, it should give us this nice stained glass window and give us another one of our check marks. So 2 down, 3 to go. Next is up top as well. We're going to have to go ahead and fly up there. Now, remember I mentioned that there's some henchmen? Well, we're not quite to those guys yet. We got to go ahead and pull out the Joker or somebody who can get their graffiti on. And as you guys know, there are a handful of characters that have this ability. We always just use Harley and the Joker because they're the easiest, and we know you've got some. But if you want to use somebody else, that is fully up to you. Now, on the right-hand side of that poster, there should be a grapple plug. But did you notice, too, we got another one on our check marks? I guess I should have pointed that out. So by using the Explodey paint and revealing that Bruce Wayne poster, we have actually solved yet another one. So now we only got 2 left. And by using the Joker and recruiting those guys and pulling that grapple plug down, it gives us access to this button in the back. We're going to hit that, and what's this? It's like some Star Wars type stuffs. Look at that. We got some blueprint, 3D blueprint. That's pretty stellar. We'll go ahead and drop down and check this guy out. Now, oh, it gave us the telephone. I guess that was already presented to us. However, by hitting that switch, it activated and actually checked off the box for it. So last but not least, we've got this giant bat that we're seeing there. And I was kind of walking around going, which way do I go? Which way do I go? And that is not the way to go, by the way. That it looks like a secret entrance into like, you know, a secret room or something. But that's actually the way out of here. So don't do that. We're going to want to make your way back up to the very top middle. And guess what? There's a grapple plug kind of in the middle front side of the screen that's hard to see, which is why I didn't notice it at first and why I'm flying around like trying to figure this all out. But once I fly up top there, you can see it right there. The front side, I'll switch to a grappler, which happens to be, you guessed it, the Joker. And look at that. He'll go ahead and complete that meter and rip down the old bat. Well, I think we have to build some stuff up first. Or do we? Nope, it's just up there spinning around waiting for us to look at and check off our list. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. All right, gold brick number 7 officially is going to present itself right in front of where the fireplace was. We're going to go ahead and collect that and make our way out of the Wayne Mansion as, you know, we got no more business up in here. This guy talks too much. Oh, and no, I'm not talking about the guy talking right now. Or wait, am I? I don't know. We all talk too much. How about that? All right, hopefully this guy will finish up his spiel soon, because it's not relevant to what we're doing anymore. He's just telling a story. I'm sure it's fun and interesting, entertaining perhaps even, but... all right, gold brick. He turfed it out. We'll go ahead and drop down and grab it and then make our way out that secret exit in the back, but not before dancing and jumping for joy, as we've got 100 of those 200 gold bricks total. So we're making some good ground on this free roam. All right, back outside. You might think that's all that was there, but no! By completing that mission, it has actually unlocked another gold brick. So we'll target that one. There's a bat in my house. That sounds like fun. And it looks like I can't tell if it's inside again or not. So let's go ahead and call the elevator and go back inside and see what is happening. Let's see. Oh, it's raining studs. It's raining studs. I don't know where those came from or why they were there, but it doesn't look like there's anything in here, so we are out of here. And we're going to have to go up top by the old fountain and the turnaround in the driveway there. So, obviously, having 2 non-flying characters is not going to help us get up there quickly. So, we'll go ahead and switch to somebody who has a little bit bigger jump here. And look at that. A little bit speedier on the old moving around. Uh-oh. Open the door. And this is kind of weird. It's supposed to be like a secret, but it's always open or always closed. I don't know if that's beneficial to us or not. But up on top of the building, this is kind of one of the trickier tasks, if you will. We need to set 3 different traps around the island. Now, really, it's really just kind of around the manor, so we don't have to go too far, so that's nice. And you know, you look one way and you can see one trap, you look the other way, you see another trap, and then we have to hop to the other roof to see the final trap, which it takes me a second to find here. But you can see that we got 3 X marks. We're going to have to go ahead and find and replace those X's with checks. So keep in mind, we do have quick links down below in the video description. However, there is not a whole lot left after this. So if you've already done this, you're probably getting pretty close to completing this. I think we just have that one glider mission, and that's it after this. I think. I can't see my quick links right now, so I might be wrong. But all right. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and fly back up to where we started, sort of. We're going to drop down on the roof, the right side roof of where we started that mission. And we can see here there is not only a spinning wheel down on the ground, but there is one up in the sky. And so I'm just kind of evaluating everything here. And you know, I wasn't totally sure. Maybe, you know what? It even looks like I had intended to edit some of that out, which I didn't. Whoopsie. All right, forgive me for that, for not editing that out. But what we need to do is we need to flip this blue wheel not once, but twice. Now, there is also a yellow and I believe a green one is the other one, and those need to be flipped once. So, yeah, it's kind of a neon green. But, yeah, so essentially blue twice, the other 2 once. That should give us the right pathway for the power to make it to where we need to go. Now we just need to charge this bad boy up with somebody like Livewire. Of course, we have other characters that can do this too, but Livewire seems to be our favorite. So we'll go ahead and or pump it up, as I like to say, and wait for it. Look at this. I do believe we got 1 check mark. Yes, sirree. All right, 1 down and 2 to go. So next up, we're going to drop, actually we have to jump up and over and then drop down to the other side, right in the middle, and that's actually going to present us with this giant, it's like an AC next to a cage. We'll destroy that AC, and it looks like, what is that? They put together some sort of, it's like a stereo or something, so some sort of a trap, you know, like the old, yep, it is. So hopefully we'll trap somebody, or maybe not, because I guess we're trying to trap ourselves in theory, because we're bad guys trying to trap Batman. But, all right, last but not least, we got to set the old cheese trap. It takes me a second to find this guy, but as it turns out, like I mentioned before, you got to jump over to the left, and on the other side, where those henchmen are, you're going to find the final task. So, we're almost there, almost. Wait for it, wait for it. Come on, Brian, figure it out, figure it out. Come on, people are waiting, let's go. All right, there it is, down below. We're going to need somebody with the explodey paint to go ahead and reveal what's behind this wall. So switch to somebody like the Joker who can get their paint on and make it go bye-bye. Oh, look at me spamming the button. I'm hitting circle. Why are you not doing what I'm telling you to do? Anyway, again, user error, I'm sure. We'll go ahead and paint this all the way up, and it looks pretty good. All right. So we got some buildable bricks that we can build in. Ooh, it's the cheese. So we got the cheese set. Now the trap is set. So that should do it, and it does. Woo to the who. All 3 of those are set. Now, we should just have that one last glider mission, right? I think that's all that's left. Oh, and of course, this long wah story that this guy's telling us. Oh, that was quicker than the last one. I'll accept that. All right, last but not least, let's switch on over to a flying character so we can make our way up to that final race, which does happen to be on the rooftops. Oh, but wait, collect your gold brick first. Don't forget to collect your gold brick. It's up by the sign where you started that. So, whew. I almost forgot that. I got ahead of myself there. Look at me. Woohoo! All right, so that was presumably it, but nope, a new race has popped up. So we're going to go ahead and target this guy, gliding around the beach. So this, if you missed this earlier, because you used the quick link, this was actually a tip provided by one of our viewers, Simon, who has suggested that some of these race missions require a certain character or ability to go ahead and start, but they don't check during the race. So like right now, watch, I'm trying to start the race with Superman. It says, no, it is requiring a glider, a character with a glider. So I go ahead and I beat the system here. And again, this is all thanks to Simon. Thank you. Shout out to Simon for hooking us up with this great piece of info. Because you might not have noticed, but I already tried the race with Batman and I failed. Now, I don't know what an advanced glider is. It may be something that Batman doesn't have. But I couldn't figure out how to float back up. So as soon as I start the race with Batman, I just toggle over to Superman. And you're going to have to forgive me. This kind of takes us back to like some Lego Marvel 1 free roam flying. I don't know why I was so terrible with this. Maybe the controls are just really touchy. But this is like terrible. Like I was not convinced I was going to get the 1 minute and 20 second required gold brick time for the gold brick. I thought I was gonna have to do this all over again, but as it turns out, flying is way faster than gliding. So even if you're terrible at this like I am and you're hitting everything and getting stuck on everything, falling down into the water, having to refly up, missing and coming back, you should still have plenty of time. I don't remember how much time I have when I'm done, but I think it's like 20 seconds left over. So again, if you're having troubles with the gliders, or maybe you're not, maybe they're easier for you, just do the gliders. But if you're having troubles, feel free to switch to a character that can fly and finish the races with the flying character. As you can see here, look at that, we have almost 15 seconds left over, and I was terrible, like terrible. So, all right, that's actually gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Unfortunately, there's no way for us to double check and show you that the area is complete, but there is no more tasks in the area. So for now, we are done here. Now, there may be a task somewhere else, like maybe Manhattan has an area that will unlock something here, but for now, we are done with Wayne Island free roam. And I even went to the DC Johnny Point to see if maybe I walked up to it and hit the button, maybe it would say like, oh, 20 out of 20. I know there's a stat for Earth and Apocalypse that tells you how many, the percentage of how far you are, but that doesn't really break it down area by area, which they kind of missed the ball on that one, right? Like every Lego game with free roam recently has had some sort of area tracking system. Maybe they didn't think you needed it because of how easy this is, because it kind of leads you to everything. I don't know what the answers is, but I got questions. No, I'm just kidding. But hey, guys, that is going to go ahead and wrap it up for Lego DC Supervillains Wayne Island Free Roam. This is the first of our free roam series, and then we will return with the one challenge that we didn't complete, and that'll actually pretty much wrap it up, minus a couple of trophy achievements that we may or may not get by the time we finish free roam. So, hey, check us out on social media. If you haven't been to HappyThumbsGaming.com and checked out our trophy achievement guides, please do. There's other stuff there too. Shout out to Warner Brothers for hooking us up with a copy of this game. Shout out to Tyler P for hooking us up with the info on this game. And of course, don't forget to check out the Thumbie Must See. As for me, that's going to do it. As always, until next time, see ya.